Yes. What's going on, people? What's happening? Zims, aka the Darkling, you here, bring you another video. I hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's good. Looks like the push for the vaccines are coming through. So hopefully, soon, the sooner all of us are getting our vaccines taken and the vaccinations, and we're all taking precautions and we're all staying away and just listen to the guidelines. Sooner we get all through that, the sooner we can kind of get back to normal. And I think everyone's really eager to get back to the all normal. It's just been a horrendous year and a half at the moment. So far. What a time, man. This is one for the history books. Absolutely, But anyway, you didn't want to hear about that. That's not what you came here for. You came here to see what was on the title, which says there is Transformers, which is regarding the sequel. As we all know, Bumblebee movie, which was directed by Travis Knight, a fantastic beginning for what was a beginning of a new, out with the old, with the Bayverse, and in with the new. He introduced a terrific movie, a very almost modern independent feel, a coming of age in a different take of Bumblebee, but this one was a little bit different, especially the very beginning part of the movie where we actually see the drawn out war scene between the Autobots and the Decepticons, and that in itself was a little nugget to say what we can look forward for. And I think everyone will agree that beginning 3 to 5 minutes of that footage, as well as what came at the very end of the movie, that was more the highlight. That was anything that Michael Bay could never do, could never comprehend to do. They were able to articulate, able to create everything that we fans have been wanting from a Transformer movie. Travis Knight managed to do something in the space of 5 minutes that Michael Bay could not do in the whole of his movies. Just rewatch them and tell me if they make any sense to you whatsoever. I'll give the first one a pass because I think that was like the beginning of what we could expect, and like I said, it was interesting, but from that first movie, it should have got increased. It should have got better. But Michael Bay, looks at us as delusional, pubescent fanboys, which is a shame, but more for him, he's gone. Well, I don't know if he's gone now. He's actually one of the producers of the upcoming Transformers, but no, he does not know anything at all about storytelling. He's absolutely cat-handed. He has ruined what could have been a very long-lasting franchise from what was created. But we knew at the beginning he didn't really want to get involved, but Paramount Pictures, they thought, well, you're the best person to do this, and it's one of those deals, I'm sure, where, look, you did this for us and we give you something in return. You can direct and produce one of your own movies that you want to do. But yeah, no, he's gone now. He's absolutely done. So Bumblebee movie, this movie was obviously fantastic. Obviously written also by Christina Hodson, and the movie had a budget of 135 million, and it actually raked to 468 million, approximately worldwide. Can you imagine that, of what he managed to create and what he managed to achieve and do? If you can imagine, if he didn't have the stink of Bay or what he had done, this could have grossed much more than that. We're talking into the billion mark right now, but he had a very tough road ahead of him, Travis Knight, and he had to really try to win back the trust that Michael Bay completely destroyed. But we fast forward to obviously what Travis Knight had left. He's given it into the capable hands of Mr. Stephen Cable Jr. As I mentioned, you can check my video. I talk about him before, and again, writer Joby Harold, and I believe you had obviously also the credit or writer credit also can be given to Matt Holloway, Art Macrum, and Ken Nolan, and yeah, those are to be credited as well for what they're going to produce for this screenplay for the movie. So yeah, so what can we expect with now? Again, like I said, when we left Transformers, the last movie, Bumblebee, we obviously saw Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, both of them discussing about obviously him successfully completing his mission of securing Earth for the Autobots. And if you notice in the sky, there's 7 meteorites type vessels heading through the atmosphere. Now, a lot of people speculated, as well it should be, those are the 7 Autobots that left Cybertron just when Prime, before he actually set himself off as well. So right, well, what can we expect? Okay, so the 7 Autobots. So this will hopefully be a more of a robot-driven movie. I don't mind there to be a human element. I don't mind, but they shouldn't be able to completely overtake. No, I scratched that. They shouldn't at all take over the narrative of what we're trying to showcase and what the story and the meaning behind the word Transformers is. This is their story. Of course, it's our planet, but they're bringing the whole they're bringing their stakes, their problems, everything that is inherited on their planet to us. So therefore, again, they're taking the battle to us, and they're trying to secure just protect Earth from the Decepticons. So again, repeating, those 7 Autobots, who are they? I mean, who are we expected that will land on Earth? Now, the first one is RC, as we know. We saw her obviously at the beginning of the front, as well as Wheeljack, Ratchet, Brawn, and Ironhide. Now, there was another robot, but we really couldn't see that one, and I think the imagery was going way too quick for me to even study, stop, and really click. But let's just say presumably that the next one is Jazz, because I think he's quite a popular fan favorite with everyone. So it would be great to see Jazz, and Jazz wasn't really given justice in the first movie, let's be honest. He really was taken apart by Megatron, but this time round I think hopefully we can bring Jazz, and yeah, it'd be very interesting to see him like portrayed in the way we see him. His trademark ray visor, obviously the white and probably the strip front panel in the front. So again, you've got a lot of motor cars and a lot of sports cars nowadays. So depending upon the era they're trying to take, it depends how far they're going, because if it's not so far, maybe if this is set perhaps in the 90s, maybe, let's say, then we just have to look around at the style of cars that was surrounding around that era, or maybe it was just a few years over, like maybe still in the 80s. We don't know, but hopefully Stephen Cable, he will be able to tell his story and for us to look forward for. Yeah. So again, there was the 6 Autobots. So there are 7. So who can that last Autobot be? I mean, you got from Hound, Huffer, Prowl, Blue Streak, Gears. Inferno. There's a lot of them. Mirage. Did I say Mirage? Yeah. to be honest, I think we're sport for choice here, but I'm sure whoever the choice would be, it would be a G1 favorite, and yeah, man, I think this is something for us to look forward for. Just to see them represented on TV and screen, and basically play out how we see them. And and the Decepticons again, like I said, it'll be interesting to see the sweepers, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Starscream, obviously. Megatron himself will be supposedly he's going to be the main bad guy, which is quite obvious really in the second movie. So, and again, I think with Optimus Prime now on Earth, it will be a case of him now with his Autobot squad, as well as trying to protect the planet, but also deal with the threats that come from the army and the Decepticons. Yeah, so yeah, what do you guys reckon? I mean, who would you like? I mean, again, going through them again, we've got RC, Wheeljack, Ratchet, Brawn, Ironhide, and I've said Jazz, so that makes it 6. So there were 7 meteorites that were heading towards Earth. So who would that last Autobot be? So I would love to get some names. I would love to give, by all means, go through the barrels, scrape through, pick the ones that you can see that could be part of the roster, But I think it'd be great just to have those. There'll be 9 in total in the movie, if especially including a Prime and Bumblebee. So yeah, that's a good number to have. I mean, 9 Autobots, and then you've got who knows, 5 or 7 Decepticons. It's gonna be a slugfest. I think they've got the right director. The producers, again, they're not going to want to. They know for a fact they won't be getting Bay back. They know if Michael Bay comes back to direct, it's going to be. I'm going to make my voice known. I'm going to let it know that we do not want him back. We do not want him to direct. He has not been able to express or to actually do a proper movie even from the first one, it was just about okay, but the rest of the 4 have been absolutely pitiful, really and truly. It's just mechanical nonsense. And the way the why I don't like how Bay worked on those movies was his view on how he sees us as a fan base, and how he treated a lot of the people there with such low IQs, like they were dumb enough or stupid enough to get themselves into these sort of situations. And of course we're supposed to sort of laugh and take it all in, but I don't think he actually knew what he was doing. I mean, the script and the writing was horrible, absolutely diabolical, please. But that's why obviously we've got 4 writers that supposedly have gone through more. And so I think, just take the material from what you see from Bumblebee and all the Gen 1, look, read, study, as well as the G1, the comics, like Dreamwave. Trust me, you can get some fantastic content and storytelling there, get the best from here, You don't have to sort of you don't have to go so far that it bleeds off from what you're trying to explain. As long as it makes sense, and as long as you're treating the audience with respect, and as long as you just make the storytelling immaculate, as well as it just being just all that good, that's all and makes sense. That's all we ask for, as long as it's coherent enough for us to appreciate and for us to enjoy, then it will do its money. It will do its money. Because I plan to see this in the cinema, I'm sure, like everyone else, once we're over this stupid virus, as we should do, watching all of these movies, and then eventually coming onto stream. But, we have to support the cinemas, and part of supporting cinemas is when we can watch good movies and not feel like we have to watch some mediocre rubbish just because we are the fan base. No, if we're gonna support, let us support something that's good. You know, if any way means, if Michael Bay ever puts his hands on a Transformers property, I'm not going to go watch it. No, I'm not at all. But anyway, hope you guys are good. Please leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to subscribe, that's great. If you don't worry. But I would love to hear comments. I just think it's, you know, this is something that I've always want to sort of get engaged. I love debating. I love talking about stuff that I love, and I think obviously Transformers is one of my all-time passion, my loves. But yeah. That being said, people, thank you very much. Have a good time. Well, stay safe, keep warm, and see you all soon. Peace.